welcome. Fukuoka Fat Guys, episode 127.
Whoa, we're at 127.
We're at 127, trying to come at you quickly before the little baby gets home.
I don't know. A lot of people still say she's number one. So I'm gonna run that poll this week. So
I'm not surprised. Oh man, how you doing today?
I'm okay. Just enjoying my summer, so it's good.
Oh man, did you have to work today?
Nope.
Oh, lucky shit. I had to go do the speech contest today.
Oh, I do speech, but that's not really work. That's just like speech.
Oh yeah, just sitting there and stuff today. No man, yeah. This week has been nuts. I've been trying to prep my kid every day for this speech contest, and the kids have to give a 3-minute speech. We talked about it multiple times, but they have to answer 2 questions at the end of the speech. And lo and behold, the person asking questions today was, God, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking when he was asking this shit. My student had a speech about cleaning in schools. You know, in Japan, they clean at their own schools. And she was like, oh, yeah, you know, I think it makes us happy. We learn a lot of stuff from it, and I think it's a good thing. And one of the dude's questions was like, you know, how do you think your English helps you in the society of Japan today? And I'm like, this is a junior high school kid. Like, we haven't even taught them better than or, you know, the greatest. And I'm like, oh.
What does that have to do with her speech, though?
Exactly. That was the point. He was asking some random shit.
Anyways, that's like random questions.
Yeah. You know, it was really cool, though. So, like, a lot of the kids had actually some pretty interesting speeches. There were these kids that live on an island, and they were saying they have to learn, like, firefighting procedures, not like to escape, but to actually put out a fire, because they're on an island. Like, if they don't help out, like, they fucked. But the craziest one that I thought was kind of relevant was sustainable foods. They were talking about sustainable foods, and they were showing, like, the breakdown of bugs versus, you know, cows. And the amount of protein you get from bugs is pretty impressive. I was surprised. Like,
actually, that's what they're pushing right now, right?
Yeah.
Just for us to stop eating, like, cows and or like meat and focus on bugs.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it was
cricket patties.
Yep, cricket. Yep, that's exactly what it was. She was showing the crickets. They take so much more less food, water, everything to maintain. But I'm like, who the fuck wants to eat a goddamn bug? And then all her slides, the pictures she had were like of like these centipedes over rice balls and stuff. I was like, ugh. But then I look at the actual calorie breakdown. I was like, wow, that's
good macros, man.
Yeah, some great macros, dude. Like, I'm surprised like there ain't no bodybuilders doing that shit. We've had people doing.
Actually, they do, right? Ecdysterone is
no
derived from bugs, right? So.
Oh, dude. I was like,
anything for gains. Man.
Yeah, right. We got dudes who, remember when we talked about the dudes buying breast milk? So if you're willing to drink breast milk, I think bugs shouldn't be too far a step for you if you're a grown ass man. But no, it was really crazy. I don't know if I could do a bug patty or anything like that, though. If they blended it into like a powder, like a shake, maybe I could. I don't know. Could you do it?
I think we're gonna have to later on in the future, so we'll see.
Well, I mean, the next generation, we could just start feeding them that shit from when they're kids. Just never be like, you don't need this other stuff. We'll take care of that. You take care of the bugs. But I don't know, like, I don't know. It's very stressful to think about. But no, it was a very impressive speech, especially for somebody who's only in junior high. Got to get them gains. In random news that I saw today. So it's summertime, and Mississippi has a water park, or like water slides and shit. It was called, like, I keep thinking of the one in my hometown called Wild Water Adventures, or that was the one we went to when I was a kid. Shit was like fucking mad fun. And I guess this man's daughter exceeded the weight limit for the slide, so she couldn't, you know, the guy informed her that, hey, you can't ride this. And the man was like, you know, just sad. His daughter, you know, felt bad and stuff. And she was 13 and the ride limit was 200 and she was like 205. So she was barely over it. But I don't know, like, that's a sticky situation to be in because, you know, shit, I know what it's like to be overweight currently. And you know, the complaint the man had was that there was no signs anywhere telling like the weight limit, but I don't know, like 13 at 205. Like that's like even me. I don't think I hit 200 until
That's junior high school for me.
I was I think about freshman year when I was on the football team. Like that's when I started sprouting up just my last few inches, and I think I still was like early 200s when I graduated high school. I think I was breaking 3, and then when I moved out here, I made it to 320. But I mean, I get like that. That's got to be just hurting your ego, right? Get all the way up there. I mean, it sounds like nobody like stared or laughed or anything like that. But even when no one sees it, it still feels like shit. And I don't know, like is it the dad's fault for letting her get that big, or should the what's it called? The water park said they're going to the new tubing or whatever, new pipe, whatever the pieces they make the slides with is coming, and it's going to have a higher weight limit. But it's better to be safe, right? In that situation, I would think,
Well, there's a limit for a reason, right? So,
exactly, right?
Yeah. So what can you do?
Well, I mean, should we even think about blame at all in this situation, or should we just
why
think?
Would you blame someone though? Like, for what reason?
I don't know. It was just what they were saying, like what people in the comments were saying, and I was like,
that people in the comments were saying they should blame the
or not that they should, that they do. Their opinion once again, which is irrelevant. But I'm like, I don't think that was the dad's goal, was to plump his daughter up. But
dude, it's so easy to like be big.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think I've been. I think I spent like 70% of my life over 220.
Oh god, dude, I've spent fucking 80-90% of my life just as a fucking fat person. Like those few years when I dropped that weight, and even then my dropped weight is still heavy to a lot of people. I was down at like 220,
225 pounds.
I think isn't that like what the?
Wow, because like I'm about 200 pounds right now, 205 maybe.
Yeah, my best when we went to Thailand, that was around 225, I think.
So you're like 100 kilos? Wow.
Isn't it what's 120? I was
120 is
or 275. Is that it?
120 is almost 252. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so sorry, I gave myself an extra. No,
20 kilos is 45, right? So 45 pounds.
So my best, my body I thought looked best at around 117 kilos, which is around, I guess, 250, 275. Something like that. We should check it.
Yeah,
but
for all us metrically.
So yeah, I know, right? Fucking living out here fucks up your shit. So even at my lightest, for me, I wouldn't be able to ride that ride. Like that's that's the shit of it.
The reality of it, yeah.
But I mean, so in that situation, I would think instead of blaming the dad, we would think, how do we alleviate the problem? And I would think that would be maybe nutrition, working out. But I don't think we're allowed to say that in today's America. Like, do you just make shit stronger, or do you recommend that stuff? Like what do you think we would be able to do in America? Because it's
not just America though. Australia has the same problem.
Oh well, I mean the more English speaking countries, I would say, are starting to become like that. But we're from America, so I'm just looking at America. I don't know, like in that situation, like because the dad was overweight too. You can see from the thing. He looked heavier than I do, and like I don't know. It's
what do you do, man? That's such a really really. If you can solve that problem, you'll probably like.
Well, I mean, we know what
solve like world peace and shit.
We know what to do, but it's like.
Yeah, but like,
how do you say it? How do you it's like buying somebody a gym membership for like Christmas or something. It's like, you call me fat, it's like everything can be taken in the worst way.
No, but see, the problem is not just losing the weight though. Like a lot of people actually, like right now is like the time when a lot of people sign up for these like 30 day challenges or hard 75
fasting.
All these things people are doing right now because of the summer, right? So like, they're just setting themselves up for like failure, because like they're gonna lose the weight and they're gonna be successful, but like how sustainable is that? So
No, Hunter showed me back a friend of hers. God, I wish I had the picture. This guy looked fucking ripped. Like, it was amazing. And she showed me like a picture of him like 2 weeks later. Like, it was literally close, and he just popped back up. He literally starved himself for summer, looked really good, and then once summer was done, he was like, all right, where the Pop-Tarts at? And I mean,
well, don't get me wrong, Pop-Tarts are good.
They aren't they? Like, well, and it's funny because even with nutritional data, even with like seeing how much sugar, how many carbs and stuff, and is in everything, it doesn't deter us. Like, convenience, I think, is the biggest thing. I can spend $20 and get enough food for me to eat at McDonald's, where that same food would get me a lot of food at the supermarket, but I have to come home, prep it, clean it, slice it.
We ate McDonald's today.
Me too. Oh, fuck. See, that's why I'm still fucking fat.
No, why are you? It's not like you eat McDonald's and you're gonna be fat, though.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, see, I haven't eaten anything else other than that McDonald's, so I'm still under my calories, but it's really easy to fuck that up. Let me go have a beer or two. Let me go have a sugary drink. But that's what we have. That's the hard shit. That's hard to say no to. We talked about it. They said sugar is like cocaine in your brain or something like that. It's like drugs. It's so addicting. So I don't know. I feel bad for the daughter, but in that situation, like, if I was his friend, I don't know if I could say anything or even just like be like, hey, you want?
I mean, the only thing you can really do, like, if you really want to help people, is like try to get them to move more. Like, just encourage them to do more stuff outside. Like, hey, why don't we go to the beach today, or why don't we go for a hike, or
Let me ask a fat person. Let's go on a hike. The beach, you got me. Like, oh yeah, that'll be fun. Let's go swimming. You want to go to a hike? Fuck you.
Seriously? Wow.
Oh, you kidding? Hiking uphill, dude. Remember, fucking when we started this podcast, I got tricked into a hike.
You went up a hike up a mountain, though. I'm just saying, like, let's go for a walk.
Oh, I mean, walking through nature, that's fine. If it's level ground, I'm good. Up a fucking mountain with the kid again, never again. But no, that's a nice idea, but. And actually, I think it would probably work pretty well. You don't say anything at all. You just like, hey, let's go do this activity. And
hey, you don't even have to go, like, you just have to get out of your house. Like, go to the mall. Do something.
Yeah. Malls are gone now. Shit.
I was telling a good friend of ours about, like, just go to, like, Home Depot and fucking load the cart up and just push that shit around the aisles.
That's what's it, like the sled pushes out?
Yeah, just like walk backwards with it and like cheap man's sled. So if you ever find me at Home Depot, because I'm DIY retarded. So. I know you can't say that word, but I don't care.
It's all right. Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think what else I would do. I definitely wouldn't recommend, unless I was really, really close to them. And even then, I don't know. You know how to talk to some of your friends, depending on how close you are with them. Some people like to go the dick thing. They're like, you're fat. And it's like, all right, fuck you too, Baldy. Like, you go, it feels like, like if we talking shit, we talking shit. But to show you actually care and you want somebody, you're thinking, hey, let's do this. I'm willing to help you. Like, that's a very tricky situation, but I don't know. I thought it was interesting to see that. It is a feeling I've known. I've had problems both, not really because of weight, mostly because of height. I've been too tall for a couple things.
I don't have that problem.
I know a lot of people don't. I remember Disneyland. God, I went to Disneyland when I was like 25 and rode the Matterhorn for the first time. And I don't know if I told this story on here again. If I did, sorry. But it was me and a bunch of my friends from college. They were like all Hawaiian, and except for me and this white guy. And the girls were like, "Oh, he's so cute, Halle Bryan, so cute." They could like call him White Bryan. And they're like, "Oh, Halle Bryan." Every time we rode a fucking ride, I had to sit next to a dude. Like even the one on the snow mountain. What's it? The Matterhorn. I think it's called the Matterhorn. And that one, you got someone sitting in your crotch. And my buddy's like, I'll sit with you. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to sit with you. And so we rode Space Mountain for the first time. I was like, I want to sit next to a goddamn woman. Let me have one ride. And so a girl's like, I'll sit next to you. I was like, yes. My legs were too long for her to sit, so I had to sit by myself in the front and like cross my legs and put them under the chair. And you know, it's a trick I still use today. If I sit like with something that's too close to a wall, I can cross my legs and put them under the chair. But it made me sad. I had to sit next to men all fucking, and they loved it. They would, every time we were, the ride had a picture, they took it and they fucking bought it, and I was like, you guys suck. So yeah, I know how it feels. Kind of random tangent for my, God, that was 14 fucking years ago. Holy shit.
Dude, we old, man.
Dude, that's fucking nuts, man. And in other news, I've been getting used to the 24-hour gym format, and squat rack, the area where you can bench with the Smith machine. Is that what it's called when the bar's connected to the Smith? So those, and then like the pull down machine, they all have 20-minute time limits. So I found that it actually has been enhancing my workouts because I know I'm on a limited time for whatever machine I'm using. So I will, you know, there's a lot less bullshit in between. You know, at our old gym, there was 4 or 5 benches, so I could just take my time, go heavy, take a break, or excuse me, even though I was going like GVT, you know, if I was by myself and I needed extra minute or two, I could be like, oh, I'm there 30 minutes. But here, I got to go boom, 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 set it up. Like, I don't even write my time until I've set up my first set. I'm trying to cheat the system because, you know, setting up the workout machine, the stuff is.
You actually go during peak hours? Wow, nuts.
No, it's just whenever. Like, this week I went there. Around 6:00 or something. It wasn't too bad. Like, there's not a fuck ton of people. Like, Total Workout still had way more people. It wasn't bad, but you know, I don't want to not follow the rules and fuck it. You know, have somebody try and cuss me out or get angry. You know, and literally everybody who was in there was using the machines, so wasn't even in my area. When I finished, one other guy had actually gone up to do it, so it wasn't like I needed to rush. But I wrote the stuff down just in case. You know, I don't want to.
Gotta follow the rules.
Exactly, right? Especially as a foreigner. You know, when you do something wrong as a foreigner, you feel like twice as bad. You know, like, oh, fuck, they're going to hate me or whatever. You know, so I don't want to break this. Like, if it was America, I'd be like, oh, fuck it, I do what I want, you know. But I don't know. For those workouts that I have to do under those conditions, I found that it's like a nice time limit to have to get your shit done and then move to the next one. I don't know. You probably don't have that problem. You know, you got your home gym and your school gym, so I think yours is just scheduling, right?
Yeah, but I prefer working out at home. So
yeah, you enjoy it more than Total. Like, even if like Total was across the street. Yeah. Wow. No, that's nuts. Is it just because you don't have to clean up, or like why is it?
No, it's actually more work. You gotta put shit away and you gotta do stuff. But it's just like, I like being home. Like, I like if Hannah wants to play, I can play with her while I'm working out and stuff like that. So it just offers me more freedom and more time to be with my daughter. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I thought that would be the reason to go out, because if I stay home, there's so many more things that can distract me. And
I just don't. I mean, like, for me, like, working out is, I look at it as like a benefit. Like, I'm so happy that I can that I'm able to even still squat, deadlift, bench, overhead press. I'm just happy I can still move, you know. Like, I'm super old, man. Like, and just that I could still do stuff. It's good, you know.
Oh, dude, fucking going from having everything in pounds to back to kilos. Like, I was like, all right, this is 20, so this is like a fucking, you know, 45, and then I put that on. I'm like, okay, so then I'll put a 10 on top of that, and I was like, oh, this shit just got heavy real quick, you know. And I was like, fuck. So I got to learn, you know, what everything is, like calculating the shit in my head. I forgot how to do it. I've been so lazy with how I set up my stuff, how I prep for all this shit. So it is fun. The only thing that sucks about the gym is that goddamn water system that I talked, the hydrogen water thing.
Yep.
So put in the bottle, you have to scan your card or your phone, and it opens up, you put in your bottle, get water. But if I show up there after work, I have my pre-workout in a separate bottle, so I have to get it into my hydrogen bottle, pour it into this one, because you can't put any other bottle other than the special bottle they give you. So I take my pre-workout, I got to do that, shake it up, drink that, and then I have to put my hydrogen bottle in again so I can make my BCAAs to have when I work out. And it just eats up a lot of time, which surprises me. I mean, it didn't affect my workout, but it was just annoying. I've been so used to, just having a water fountain, just like, oh, there I go. But I don't notice anything different with the hydrogen water, like taste or anything. Was there a difference? I remember you said a little bit about it.
Yeah, but those are really little things. Like,
okay.
You're not gonna notice. Like,
all right, I was just making sure.
Like, nothing is gonna work like how caffeine or creatine works. Like, those things are like you can actually feel something. Everything else is like on like a mitochondrial level, right? So,
but yeah, no, it's been really good. Technically now, I don't think I'll have to go to my school to work anymore. I'm not sure if I have to work from home or if I have to go into the office, but I'm hoping to get a couple more workouts in a week. I'm going to maybe try and go before work and see how that goes. Just trying to test it out. My company doesn't tell me much. The speech contest we had today, they sent me an email last night like, hey, can you be the MC? And I was like, okay. And I was like, I don't have my suit or anything ready. And the email said, be there by 9:15, 9:20. And I'm like, all right. So I leave today. Bus is late. I get there at like 9:25. And I'm like, oh, hey. And they're like, you're supposed to be here at 9 o'clock. I was like, what? And they sent me like an email like 10 p.m. I was like, how the fuck am I? I was like, I'm not checking my email all fucking night. Like, it was, I don't know. It was very annoying. So seeing how things go, I'm hoping I can get some extra workouts, see how that goes. Did not hit my protein goals this week. That's fucking hard, dude. That's a lot. I really do need to start cooking in the morning. I need to use my Sundays to food prep and calculating all that shit. Like,
I thought your girl was like cooking food for you and shit.
She cooks me homemade deals or middles and stuff, but like that's only like, it only lasts me like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's like at first it was okay, but now I got to kind of eat what she wants too. So if I'm like, oh, I need a lot of chicken, she's like, I want to eat beef, and I'm like, all right, if you're buying it, we'll eat it. So there's that issue.
Beef is good though.
Oh no, beef is delicious, but when I'm programming my protein and shit, I'm trying to, I don't know what's the issue. So I'm trying to keep it along, not too high in calories and stuff, but she'll want high calorie, pasta and stuff. So, and then sometimes she will buy the stuff and then she doesn't want to cook, and I'm like, all right.
So wait, so your calories are still low? Like, aren't you doing like 4,000 or something like that right now? Oh,
I'm just saying when I'm focusing on it. Right now, we've just been eating junk. We've had alcohol the past 3 weekends. So I haven't really been paying attention to what I've been eating with her. But when that was the issue I was running into. That's what I meant. Past tense. No, I know what I need to do. So I'm hoping not having school will give me time to think of. I just like even after we finish today, if I just write what I need to eat every day, like 2 chicken breasts, 12 eggs, something like that.
Yeah, you just got to do that shit the night before. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, I want to do like a week's worth. So if I'm like, okay, I'll do chicken this day, but like seeing it as to I need this much, and then I'll just cook whatever I want with it.
Yeah,
I think
you're suffering from paralysis by analysis and shit. So, like, you're thinking, oh shit, I can't do one thing, so I'm just not gonna do anything. So, like, why not just do just do one thing? Like, take one step forward. You don't have to take 10 steps forward.
No, that sounds actually correct. It's like, fuck, I didn't do this, now I'm not going to do this, and it just
like, fuck it.
Yeah, just domino effects. I don't know, and then I do what I'm used to, like going to the gym. I'm like, I could do that. Drinking my protein, I can do that. And then after that, when it's time to cook, I'm like, fuck, I only got, an hour or so left. I'm like, I'm going to just kick something quick.
if you're struggling with that, just hitting your protein, just go to 7-Eleven and buy like a shit ton of salad proteins, the salad chickens. Buy that, eat eggs. What else? Yeah, just salad chicken, eggs, and protein powder. That should take care of that.
My willpower is weak. Those chickens are so fucking nasty. That was the thing. The 7-Eleven chickens, the tandoori ones, I think are the only ones edible.
I like the
salad one, the herb,
lemon or something like that. Yeah. So
no, we'll see. Like I said, I have a goal for this week. I don't think it's really hard. I'm not gonna say it so that if I don't do it, nobody will know. But we'll see how it goes. And if
did you take any pictures or anything?
No, I mean I can do it today if we want. Fuck it.
I mean, like, how do you know where you're at? Like, how do you know if you're improving or if you're not improving? Or
by the way my clothes fit. That's the biggest thing. Hell, watching the old episodes, I'm like, fuck, look at how much I fluctuate in size on the podcast. So that's a good determinant for me, or good way to determine.
So how do you know if, like, you just didn't lose a shit ton of muscle? Like, just because, like, if you lost a lot of muscle, your clothes will fit better. So, I mean, without a in-body, I wouldn't know that. Well, why don't you just take pictures? Like,
I mean, I'm fat. Like, I don't think my muscles would really show over the fat, right?
No, it's not that it's going to show, but, like, you could, it's, so, like, how would you know, like, if 6 months from now you've made any progress? Because you never took a before picture, like, you know? Like,
the way my thinking is in this current situation is when I was on it every day and constant, I was taking pictures because I knew I was on it. When I'm not on it, I'm like, I know there's been no progress, so it's getting the wrong direction, so I don't want to know.
Yeah, but that's
the bad. I know it's a bad thing. No,
that's the beauty of it, though. It's like I look through my phone and I have a fucking shit ton of day one photos.
Oh, I do too. I have the old ones, but
then, like, all of a sudden I have after photos. You know, like, for some reason, like, it's not like a linear progression, right? So you're not all of a sudden gonna be like on it and then you're gonna wake up lean. It's like you just look April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and then all of a sudden, I look pretty decent. But then if you look back at all that time, it's like 9 months, right? So 9 months of work. But the problem is you just don't want to take that first step.
I was just about to say that's that same domino thing. It's like if I keep taking, like, if I take a picture every week and I'm not changing, I don't see that inspiring me to go more. It's just like, fuck, I keep fucking up. And it's like, so what do you think is plausible? I'm just denying myself. Like,
so what do you think is gonna be the thing that helps you to get there? Yeah, we tried the money thing. That didn't work.
Robert got to come to Japan. I think what it is getting my mentality right. Like, I can do it. I have done it before. And it's like, what is the thing that is stopping me? And I think it's just me being in my own head. I want to change, but then as soon as I take that picture, I get sad and not because I'm fat, it's because I've seen how far I've fallen. I was so happy when I lost all that weight, and then event after event after event caused me to lose that, and now it's like, fuck, my clothes don't fit right, I got a gut again. And I mean, like, if I see somebody who's heavier than me, I'm like, fuck, finally, like, I can feel a little thinner. And I defeat myself.
Help you, though?
No, it doesn't help me at all. It just, I defeat myself before I even put in a true effort. And that's what is fucking me up right now. Like, and I mean, I know it's just me bitching, but it's like, dude, like, I have my those photos of me when I was at my best saved on my phone, and I'll look at it and I'm like, fuck, dude. And I remember how much work I was putting in and how well I was eating and cooking and all that shit, and it's just like, I defeat myself even before I start, and I know it's all me. You know, work is stressful, fucking, life, money, whatever, but I'm letting it defeat me, and it frustrates me.
Yeah, so just don't let it defeat you anymore.
It sounds easy to say.
It's not easy.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
If anyone thinks this shit's easy, well, give us a secret.
I know, right?
Let us know how it's easy.
Oh God! I mean, that's why it's been funny, like reading the people on Reddit and the stuff they do, and like how, it has to become part of my life again, and it stopped being a part of my life for about 3 or 4 years. Injury, gout, surgery, recovery, all that shit pushed it farther and further away, and like, yeah, I just need to do it, and this year. I keep saying, and the thing is like, because I say this shit on the podcast all the time, I feel guilty. But there have been big changes this year. I've lost, I'm not at my old gym anymore. I'm at a gym closer to me. Hopefully, I can save some extra money. I can do some more shit. The biggest flaw I have right now is cooking, and like taking notes, taking like pictures and notes. Like the homework aspect of it, planning. That's what I'm trying to say. So from there, I mean, I just gotta get over that last hump, and then I can get myself into some sort of rhythm or motion, and hopefully just snowball onto it. But I don't know, man. It's been weird. I mean, you just turned it on, on my birthday that year. You were just like, yo, I'm doing this, and then it happened. And
I'm still fat now. So.
You're not. If you look at your old pictures, especially around that birthday, you were it was just, you were so puffy. Now you still got tone. You might not be what you want, but sounds like body dysmorphia, honestly. But it's an amazing change. Like you said, you're able to do all these workouts, overhead press. You're doing your videos on your Instagram, and seeing you deadlift and shit. So it's like, you're on it more than a lot of people way younger than you. So, you should be really proud of that. But yeah, I don't know. Self defeat is a fucking.
It's real, dude.
Oh, dude.
I think you're just afraid to take that step, because like you're afraid to fail again.
I am. That's 1,000. Yes, I am.
But
it's. I don't want to.
What really changed for me was I just thought to myself, like, I'm the same no matter what, like, when I'm 115 or when I'm 82 or 70. Like, to me, it's all the same. But what changed is, like, I just accepted, like, oh, man, this is me at 115 because I wasn't taking care of myself, right? So I said, it's time to take care of myself. So I just started to, like, find ways for me to maximize every single thing that I do, right? So whether it's, like, finding better ways to create a sleep routine, or better ways to learn how to play the guitar, or how to, like, do things properly, right? So I just want to make sure that everything I do it, at a pretty efficient rate, because, like, if I'm wasting my time, then I might, there's better things that I could do with my time, right? So I mean, like, most people, like, they don't know that they need a coach, but you probably should get yourself a coach, especially, like, if you're struggling and stuff. So just seek help if you need to, because this stuff isn't easy, man. It really isn't.
I think that's the other issue, like, and then you've said it a lot. You mentioned get a coach, get this app, blah blah blah. How do you go about getting a coach? Like, what are you looking for? Like, when you say coach, are you talking about like the online coach in the app? You talking about a trainer?
It depends, right? So some people need that in-person person to actually count the reps for them. Like, some people just need, like, a little bit of accountability. What an online coach offers you is you can work with someone even if you're not in their location, right? So, like, most people, like, some people work with me, they're in Guam, or they're in Hawaii, or they're in Washington. But what it is once a week you send me photos, you answer questions, and we celebrate your wins, Like, what did you do that made you feel happy today, or during this week? What did you achieve, Because if you don't look back on your wins, if it's not changing your life, why bother even training? Like this stuff isn't so that you can actually post on your own Instagram that I'm staying hard, or like that I'm so badass. It's more like, dude, how is it changing your life? Like,
and it's
Like,
when you lose that weight, it's a fucking life changer, dude. It's fucking nuts to see yourself get thin and have your everything fit too big and having to drop sizes and shit. So yeah,
just get at it, Anthony. I know you can do it, man. I've seen you do it before.
Yeah, I will. I'll get over my stupidity, my stubbornness, my failure, and yeah. I mean, shit. That's my dream, is to post my before picture, my picture at my best, and then have a new best. So I could be like, this is what I was. This is when I was happy, and this is how I am now, and I want that to beat how I was when I was happy.
Yeah, but
that's what my dream.
yeah, fall in love with the journey, though, man. Like, just, dude, every day that you freaking make it, dude, that's super good. Like, super. It's rewarding to see, like, I did what I needed to do today. Like, I was busy at work, but I still got my workout in, or I was busy at work, but I still ate okay. And you know what? If you don't eat okay, so what? There's always tomorrow.
Yeah, it's the same. One domino falls, don't let the rest fall. You had one fuck up, but you still made your protein.
I don't even consider it messing up, though. I think everyone needs a time to just have white space. Like, there's times in my life where I do not track. Like, right now, I'm not tracking, but mentally, I'm so good at it that I already know, like, about what I'm eating and where I'm at. And then I'll still step on the scale every day just to see. Like, if I'm gaining too much weight, then I'm gonna cut back a little bit. But it's not like where I'm counting every single drop of food. So if my daughter sticks ice cream in my mouth, I'm not gonna say no.
You gotta finish her plate of uneaten food.
I still do. Yep. So I mean, just let the things that you need to do happen.
Yeah,
you'll be happier.
I 1,000% agree. And if anyone out there is having these same issues, just know we all go through it. That's why I'm so fine with sharing the shit that goes on in my head. It's kind of therapeutic to say it out loud. Like,
that's why I post my stories.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to see myself the way I am right now. I'll post stories about things around us, but I really don't like seeing the failure. And that's probably why the fat guys post doesn't have a lot of me, like when I'm at the gym. I mean, I'm not supposed to take video in the gym anyway, but so that'll be a hurdle. That'll be an easy hurdle to get over. Or in theory, easy to get over. I'll try and take more videos and pictures so that it'll force me to do better. But we should probably move on before this gets too long. You got any fat hacks today, or should we count that?
Really, really easy fat hack.
Okay.
Everyone is looking for that secret formula, that secret pill, like that supplement. Like, is this fat burner good? Is this good? Is this steroid good? But is this SARM? But in all honesty, if you're not willing to actually put in some hard work and do the work every single day, you're really not going to see any results whatsoever. Like, I remember when I first started TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy, and I do take testosterone. Just letting everyone know.
Me too.
Dude, I didn't see any results. No, in fact, I got fatter because it gives you drive. So, and you want to eat more and stuff like that. So it's really, really something that if you don't want to do that work, or you don't want to sit down and look at your diet or your nutrition, it's not gonna happen. This stuff doesn't just happen naturally. So if you're looking for that secret formula, stop. Just put your head down and just do a little bit of studying and a little bit of work, and day by day, you'll get to where you need to be. But you just need to put your head down and do some work.
It's almost like putting nitrous in your car and not knowing how to drive well. If you take this shit sometimes, it's like you need to learn the basics before you cut the line and hit the nos or whatever.
Yeah, but some people take TRT not just because they want to look good, but just they want to feel better. So for those of you who are wondering why people do it, it's just better living through science, So, but what I'm saying is you can take all the drugs in the world, you're not going to be Mr. Olympia. So I mean, you can stop eating, and you're not going to be super ripped. You just
It's a lot of work.
There's levels to this game, and if you need help, just send us a DM. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right, let's go through the random news real quick. On my way here, I learned about paternity tests in Australia. A man who was had I think a 16-year-old kid, ex-wife, ain't his kid, and Australia's rules were really interesting. So the only way to get a paternity test out there currently is going to a clinic, but in America you can do the mail-in ones, and it costs about $300. And so a lot of people have been doing that. Funny thing is in Australia they're trying to make that illegal. Like, so the father took his daughter and swabbed her mouth, and sent in his swab and had them compare the stuff in America. And Australia's trying to say that, unless you have the mother's permission or permission from a family court, you can't do that, which I think is total bullshit. Like, because they have, child support and everything, you're financially responsible for that child. If you believe that to be your child, taking a swab or getting a DNA check, you shouldn't need anyone's permission for that. But they were showing, I guess the numbers of, they said like in America, like 12 or 15%, it might be more, of men are raising like someone else's kid. So it's a pretty scary thought. Use a condom, I guess. But I don't know. I thought it was a really interesting story. I'm glad I don't have, any kids right now
that you know of.
God, knock on wood. Don't you fucking put that voodoo on me. But no, man, we'll have to ask Matt about this. He's from Australia. He can give us the lowdown. Gwyneth Paltrow, she's in trouble. I guess she's tried to say celebrity kids work twice as hard as regular kids. And I was like, Gwyneth Paltrow, the lady who sells like $3,000 dildos, wants to say, her kid, with all the money and stuff is, I mean, everyone's life will be different, but to say just right off the back, all celebrities are twice as hard, like, nah. Having a kid in the ghetto, or fucking having a kid have to help raise brothers and sisters and cook for the house or do all this shit and clean. Like some celebrities probably have never even cleaned, some kids, though.
I don't know all the celebrities' kids, so.
I'm just, well, I mean, when I think celebrity kids, the first person who pops into my mind is Will Smith's kid, Jaden Smith. Like, this motherfucker, like, talks like he's this intellectual. I'm like, you just sound like a motherfucker who's high, like the world time isn't even physical. And I'm like, what? I mean, sometimes you're like, all right, you said a couple of sentences that made sense, and you just, I mean, but it's probably hard to grow up as a rich kid.
It's a different set of problems, though.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, but I wouldn't. You can't just blink out and say something like that. Like,
people say a lot of stuff, though. Like,
yeah. This is.
I don't understand why people listen to so many people, though. It's like, people say ridiculous stuff to me all the time, and I just nod my head. I'm like, that's nice.
No, you're good at it. I mean, but it's the whole Instagram lifestyle. Like, people, they had an Instagram model. She got caught. I think we talked about it. She was working at CVS, the pharmacy. What is that? A pharmacy? Not a drugstore. Convenience store. Okay. Pharmacy and convenience store. But she was posting like she was in Bali, and she's like, "Oh, those are fake," and it's like, you're making these fake pictures to get more likes and stuff, and it's everyone wants to put out. Everyone wants people to be jealous of them. I think, at least there's a lot of people in this new generation. I think that's why you see everyone like, "Oh, I'm on a boat," or "Look at my Ferrari," and it's like just a Ferrari on the street or something. Like, people do crazy shit to get clout, so I'm not surprised that it's very strange right now.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, everyone has their own like perceived rate of effort and stuff like that. So what's hard for some people might be easy for other people, or like what's easy for you might not be easy for other people.
Oh, yeah, you never want to compare
yeah
pain and misery. What is it? It's the slavery versus Nazis and Jewish people. Like, those are two different things. You never really want to compare it. Moving on, your boy Musk is being accused of sleeping with the Google's dude's wife. You heard about that?
not recently, but
yeah, they think Elon Musk had an affair with I think one of the founders of Google's like wife, really pretty woman.
Isn't like that the joke about Elon Musk? The only thing he's ever pulled out of was Twitter.
Yeah,
but anyways,
I heard he wants to have like a ton of kids too. He's doing.
He already has a ton of kids.
Yeah, Nick Cannon thing. He's like high intellect people need to have more kids. Oh God, last thing, I got an email about my flight in September being canceled. And I was like, fucking A.
Yeah, the fuel surcharge is gonna be hella high.
Hey baby. So I had to talk with Hawaiian Air for about an hour and 20 minutes. And I'm like, so you guys tell me that I need to reschedule my stuff. And I'm like, what do I need to reschedule? Now she doesn't want to come. All the times you want to get those likes, and now she's like, nope. Yeah, I had the call, and they was like, so what happened? They're like, oh, you got rescheduled. I'm like, what? And I was like, then why'd you guys tell me my stuff was canceled? They're like, oh, wait, let me check. Oh, your stuff is canceled. And I was like, oh, okay. So what do I need to do? And it was round and round and round. The first lady, like, she was just fucking worthless. I was like, she's like, well, we can cancel it and refund you. And I'm like, if I were to cancel my ticket, I'd have to pay a charge. And she was like, yeah. I was like, shouldn't I get something in return, like a discount or something, or you guys help me with something? And oh, hey baby. But long story short, instead of flying directly from Fukuoka to Honolulu, I'm gonna fly from Fukuoka to Tokyo to Honolulu to San Francisco. So it's gonna be a lot longer for me, but we got it done. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there. Perfect timing. Baby's here. We tried to get her in for the clicks, but we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace out.